Hey, what's up? My name is Ryan. In this video, I'm about to do a playthrough of Suburbia on solo mode. Now, if you're not familiar with the game, Suburbia is a super fun city building board game. It might actually remind you of games on the computer like SimCity, where you're trying to build a city and lay it out in the best way possible. It's a lot like that in a board game. Now, Suburbia comes with a solo mode, so that's of course what I'll be playing today. I'm also going to start the video out with a short explanation of the rules. If you don't know how it works at all, you can kind of follow along a little better. If you already know how to play the game, of course, look at the chapters below and skip ahead to the playthrough. And of course, if you're enjoying the playthrough, hit that like button down below. Let's jump right in. Alright, so this is the game. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of kind of what you're looking at. Not every rule, just enough so you can kind of get in and follow along in the playthrough. This right here is my city, and all these little tiles here represent different buildings or areas inside my city. You always start out the same three tiles here. Basically, the suburbs is a simple kind of housing tile. This is a simple civic building, and this is like a factory building. Now, if you look up here slightly off the screen, I have humongous stacks of more tiles I will be taking throughout the game. You're going to be flipping these tiles out and putting them along the front here to take them and then add them to your city. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so now I flipped out 7 tiles from this first stack here, this A stack. The tiles from the A stack tend to be cheaper and less powerful than the B, and the C's are the most powerful at the end. So throughout the game, I'm going to be grabbing new tiles and placing them in my city. So let's say I take this blue commercial building right here, the fast food restaurant. I had to pay a cost of 7 to acquire it. Then I can place it adjacent to any building I have out here. For example, right here would actually touch 2 different buildings. Now it makes Suburbia great. It's every time you place a tile, you just see if it has any effects on the tile, then also look at all of its neighboring buildings. For example, the fast food restaurant gives you an income. It also gives you 3 population for every green tile, all the residential buildings by it. But then you also need to look at the buildings you place it by. So for example, this community park here gets a plus in reputation for every blue building it's beside. So the game does a great job making you feel like a city builder. You're literally going to be placing tiles in here. Then every tile you place around that tile for the rest of the game can affect these original tiles you put down. Every time I take one at the end of my turn, all the tiles in the structure still will slide down to the next available spot. And then you place a new tile in the spot that opened up right there. So the cost of a tile is the cost you see on the card plus whatever number is above it. As things move to the right, they get cheaper. These two don't add anything to the cost, so this says $7. This is actually $7. If you look over here, there's a 10, so this building costs $9 plus $10. So some buildings you kind of have to wait till they slide down to the available spots. Now, I've never played this exact solo mode. Typically in a game, if you don't take a building, your opponent might take one from you. In the solo mode, I get to decide an extra building to throw out every turn to kind of simulate another player taking a building away. Just so you know, if you played the game before, there's also some end of the game goals up here. You don't play them on this solo mode. A couple more things. I have some money here I will place right here to buy tiles with. You also have a stack over here of these basic tiles. You can also go back and just buy a basic suburbs again, a basic community park, a basic heavy factory if you ever need to. If you don't like any of the things up here, you can pick those up. You can flip a tile over to the lake side and get money. We'll talk about that later on, I'm sure. And there are these investment tiles that we'll just get to when they come up. Over here, you see a ginormous score track. I'm going to put my guy over here on the number 2. This will basically be my end game score. As I score points over here, I'll be gaining population. Every turn, I have an income and a reputation. For every income, I get money into my turn. And for every reputation, this guy will move up the track. I think it's enough to get started with. We're going to jump in. I'll just kind of explain more as we go as things come up. Alright, I'm going to start out here by taking this municipal airport right here and placing it here. This costs $6 plus 0, so total 6. Now we're going to look at the effects and all the effects around it. So for example, this says you get $1 for every airplane. This is an airplane right here, so I get 1 more income every turn. It says my reputation will go down if I put it by a residential tile, but I didn't do that, so that's cool. Now we look at the adjacent buildings. This one here, no effect. This says plus reputation for every yellow tile, so this reputation goes up by 1. So I'm going to collect 1 income here, and I will also get 2 reputations. My population goes up by 2. Now, this is where it's a little different. I want to toss an extra tile because I don't have an opponent to take anything away. I'm just going to throw away this fast food restaurant and discard it. All right, now everything's going to slide over to the empty spot, so all these are going to become cheaper. I'll flip out 2 more tiles. Right, on my next turn, I'm going to take this office building here, which is a commercial building. It's fairly safe to stick in right here. I'm going to put it right here. It costs 9 plus 0, so I'm going to spend 9 for that. And it says I get 1 income, so right there, income. 1 income for each adjacent blue building. I don't have any blue buildings yet, but later on, if I can add one of these 3 blue buildings next to it, I will get the income for that. If you look at adjacent things, this park says increase that, so the reputation does go up by 1. And now I will collect my 2 income. And I get 3 populations. 1, 2, 3. Right, I'm going to toss this fast food restaurant right here. Slide everything over and reset. Ooh, this is really unique. I have so many office buildings out here right now. It's really tempting to try to get tons of those. So I need money right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit this slaughterhouse right here. I'm going to not be able to get all these buildings. I'm going to have to toss some of them. I'm I'm gonna take this slaughterhouse, I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna turn it into a lake. I'm kind of torn on this, but I think I want the lake to go right here. A lake gives you $2 for each adjacent tile, so basically I'm gonna get $6 for that. And now that's my whole turn. So I got a lake, I took it from one of these two zones, so it's free. I just flipped it over, I put a lake there, and now I basically get my income, which is $2 into my turn, and I get 3 more reputation. Okay, I will have the opponent just throw away this convenience store. This is really interesting. I've never gone against the opponent like this before, so I'm really curious how this is going to work out. Like, there are some things I really want to happen, but tiles are coming off really quickly, so I have to throw away 2 a turn. I thought it actually be an advantage to throw away 2 a turn, and now it makes me kind of nervous because every turn, like, 2 more buildings are gone. Okay, I'm pretty confident in this move right here. I'm going to take this office building. I'm going to place it right here. Now, I have to pay 9 for that. But here's why that's such a good move, because I have $1 for placing this building. I got $1 more. I really need to get more money, because you can tell I only have $2 here. This gives me $1. It also says get $1 for each adjacent blue building. So this is a blue building adjacent to it, so I get that. Then I also get this one. I place an adjacent blue building, so this one also gets $1 retroactively for placing that blue one right there. And I also get my $2 because now I'm by this lake. So I activate the lake, which gets the $2 for that. So the income's starting to look a little better. I got 5 coins that time. I get 3 more population. Right, I'm going to have him toss this landfill right here. So because I tossed that landfill, I had to spend $2. I threw away a building that was not on the 0 spot of the structure. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this waterfront realty right here. This one's kind of a pretty unique tile. It says that I get an additional $2 every time I place a building around a lake. So it makes my lakes really powerful. And it's a blue building too, which is nice. So it costs $6. Now I place this, several things happen. So first of all, I get $1 for that being adjacent. So again, this blue building here, these 2 office buildings are being really helpful. I hope I can snag 1 more of them right there as well. But then this actually goes back and it reactivates this lake, and I've already touched 4 things. So this $2 per adjacent just got doubled. I'm gonna get 8 more coins out there. All right, then he's going to throw away this mint. That's interesting. We're getting a lot of these great buildings or civic buildings. At some point, I do need to work my reputation. I'm just really worried about income at this point, so I've been really focusing on that one first. We also have our first B tiles out there. Okay, so end of my turn, I get my income. I also move up 3. 1, 2, 3. This is important. I just passed this red line right here, this red roof. Whenever that happens, normally your income and your reputation go down by 1. In this solo mode, they're both going to go down by 2. So if you were thinking at this point in the video, wow, this is really easy, I'm just going to get more and more returns, I'm going to blow away. As you notice, as you go up this track, there's more and more and more red roofs. It gets more difficult the further you climb, because every time you pass one of those roofs, everything is going to drop down. Now, I've been setting myself up for this, so clearly I'm going to be taking this office building right here, placing it in the middle. This is a great little clump right here. So I placed the office building. I spent my money for it already. I get 1 for placing that, okay? I get 1 for every adjacent one it touches, all the blue buildings. So this little blue cell is really powerful. It's a commercial little area. So I get 1 for that. So that's 3 more income. And then also both these are going to activate because I just put a new thing by it. So I get +1, +1. That's a big move right there. My income is really, really nice. I'm going to have him toss the fancy restaurant. At the end of my turn, I get 10 money and then 1 reputation. The mistake I could definitely make here is going too much for income, which is possible, but I'm not changing yet. So I got that airport right here, and that costs 6. I get 1 for the airport, and also I have that airport activates 1, 2. Then the old airport also gets a bonus airplane symbol, so another one right there. I think I'm going to say I'm officially good on income for a little bit. I might change that eventually. Okay, I'm going to have him toss this business supply depot. I get 13 coins and 1 population. It's interesting, out here I haven't seen any green residential buildings. Typically you get a mix. There are residential buildings that are more powerful than the suburbs. I just really haven't had any yet. The residential buildings sometimes give you just straight up population, or they can move your reputation up more and help it advance further and faster. I think I might actually take this right here and place it here. This costs 4. This is the basic tile over there, so that cost me 4. I lose an income for that. I get a reputation for every single adjacent blue or yellow or green building. That's 3 more reputation. Also, whenever you take a basic building, you have to toss one of the buildings over here. So I'm going to toss this power station here. And I will have the game toss this. Okay, I get my income here, 12, and also 4 population, 1, 2, 3, 4. I passed another line, so that goes down by 2, and that goes down by 2. There's a chance to gain a postal service, which gives me a +1 income for every single blue building. It doesn't even say adjacent, it just says any of them. So I know I have problems. I just told you I didn't need more income, but whatever. I'm going to go for the money. So I put it here by this lake. So that's 4 more coins for that. I also have to raise 1, 2, 3, 4 on the income. So at the end of my turn, I have 14 income. And I also have 2 more population. I had the game toss this one. Okay, I think I'm going to pay up for this tile right here and place it over here. So this says it costs 12 plus the 4. So I kind of paid extra for that one. So that's going to be 16. So this says 3 population. This is just 3 population. This is reputation, it's just 3 right away. Then also 1 reputation for every adjacent house. I don't have any. This gives me though 1 per every adjacent one of those. That's going to be 1 reputation there. So I get 3 more into my turn. Unfortunately, I crossed an alliance, so both of those are going to go down by 2. So I will get 12 more income. I did my turn. I did that wrong. I should have done their income first. So 14 income, and then I should have gotten the reduction from that. Okay, I'll have him toss that card. Then I'm going to take a basic suburb right here. Put it right here. That costs 3. Now I'll just toss this for doing that. And then this gives me 2 population. It also is beside this and beside that. So they are both going to raise my reputation. And my turn, I get 12 coins. And then also raise by 3. And then I will have him toss this. And then we are on to sea level tiles. So at some point in the middle of this stack, it could be a while, it could be really soon. At some point as I'm going through this stack right here, I will see something that says 1 more turn. At that point, I will finish my current turn. And then as it implies, I will start another one. And that will be the final turn of the game for me. I'm going to place this 3 right here. Sorry, it's cost me 4. This one here is going to hurt my income by 1. But then it will also give me +1 for each adjacent. So, oops, sorry. Just realized I made a mistake when I placed that earlier. I should have knocked it down 1 for being by the heavy factory. It affects that building there. So I should have 1 less reputation. I guess I'll just move this back like 1, 2, 3, and then move my things up by 2 each, and just say that's about what it should be. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. I'll try to kind of make up for it, but that should not have been getting in that extra guy for all those turns. All right, so in that case, let me back this up a little bit, and I will just go for this retirement village right here. I think I'm just going to place it here. I already paid my cost for it. I had to pay 4 more because of where I took it from, right there. And it gives me 5 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I immediately need to drop those numbers. So I did cross the line now. And then I get 1 more for that. So in my turn, I get 9 money. And I get 1 reputation. All right, I will have him throw away this casino right here. I really like this tile right here, the bed and breakfast. I'm going to go for that. It costs 11. Again, got to factor in that. And I will place it, and I will immediately get 2 population. I will also get a population for each of my houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Across the lines, everything goes down 2 more times. I also have it beside the house there, so I get to take that up 1. And in my turn, I will get 7 money, and I will not move my population guy. So I'm at 0 reputation right now. So people don't really like to say nice things about my town, but that's okay. The game is so close to over, I think I will just toss this one. Okay, I think I will take this community park right here, place it here, which costs 4 to do and also hurts my income by 1. But by putting it here, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4 more reputation. So reputation goes right there. Oh, I have to throw away 1 of theirs. So I'll throw away this and pay 2 for it because that should have been in the 2 zone. All right, end of my turn, I should have gotten 6 for this. And I should have gotten 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So both these things are going to drop twice. I can't have that many turns left. So I'm tempted to grab this recycling plant. That would give me, if I put it right here. I think I will do that. It's so many, it's hard to not do. So this is going to go here. It's going to cost 17. It goes right here. It gives me 1 reputation. It also gives me 1 reputation. 2 for every factory it touches. So that's 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. The community park also is going to affect that by 1. So all in all, this gave me 6 more. So that was pretty nice. So I will have him toss this university right here. I will throw away 2 coins. Actually, I want to save the possibility in that apartment complex if I can afford it on the last turn. So I will get 4 coins. and move my population up by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be across on the roof. So I think it's going to go down 2 more times. Okay, I think I will spend the 17 for this right here. I need 3 back. Oh no, this is what I'm not doing well. I forgot about these investment tiles right here. I should have been using these. Lesson learned if you're watching along. These here, I told you I'd explain them later and I just forgot about them. You can place these on a building and basically pay the cost of the building again, but double its effect. So I should have forever ago stuck this right here on this office building at least, because this office building right here, I could double the effect of it. So I would have gotten all the extra income, or I could have put it on like this airport. I could have put it on the recycling plant. Yeah, that was a big mistake. Oh well. It happened, so this would have definitely helped out. I could have done that 3 different times throughout the game. Cool, so I get 2 coins, 11 population. Okay, so I cross 2 lines. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually lose 2 coins at the end of my turn. So I know next turn is going to be the last turn. So I have to flip over that one last turn tile, which I would do probably right now. So I will never be able to afford these apartments. If not, I would try to do them. But I'm just going to throw them away because I know I can't afford them. All this slides over. And there it is, 1 more round. So I take this, throw it away. I flip out a tile to replace it, which I won't be able to afford anyway. And then this is the final round of the game. Okay, so end of the game here. I'm just going to buy 1 more suburb and put it right here. This gives me 2 population, 1, 2, immediately lowering these 2 things by 2 each. And then it also gives me 1 reputation there. And also a bonus person for being by that. Alright, so end of the game, I'm actually going to lose 4 income right here. And I'm going to get 6 reputation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These things both move back by 2. You can't go below -5, so that stops right there at -5. Alright, that is actually the whole game. So if you've played before, you know at this point you do final scoring. So what you do is you just convert your money into points, which is easy for me because I have none. So you convert every 5 coins to point. I don't have any. That's all. I have 77 points. That is where I ended up. So nothing more to calculate there. If I look at the rule book, there is a chart that says when you're playing in solo, here's how good you did. So if I am from 76 to 90, which I barely made it, they call me a draftsman. So yay for me. I'm 3rd from the bottom, which maybe sounds better than 5th from the best. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to play. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you do, of course, subscribe to the channel. You'll see more playthroughs like this. I do some solo playthroughs. I also do playthroughs with other people. I have some reviews and also some how to play videos on board games I really like.